You know about informal letter and formal letters. Informal letters are private or personal. You can write anything. You can write anything you like, and you can go on writing according to your own way in informal writing. But in your formal letters, you cannot do everything, or you cannot always do what you personally like. You have to maintain certain rules and regulations. You have to be conscious of your choosing words, and there are certain other things too. However, often we are asked to write applications, and in this case, uh, we have to know certain questions, certain answers of questions. That is, what is an application, or what are the different parts of an application? How can we write a good application? So, dear students, we have to know what is application. We know what is application inwardly, outwardly. We know what is application. We are writing application for a long time. We can write application. We have practiced. But if you are asked what is application, the question is puzzling. So you have to define everything. What is an application? An application is a formal letter in which a person seeks help or demands something from a person or authority. A group instead of a person may also apply in a body with any issue. That is, application may be of a single person or maybe of a group, and it is used to seek help or to have any facility from any person or from any authority. Actually, applications are submitted to officials, indifferent officials, including educational institutions, and where to know certain parts of application. What are the parts of an application? I think it will be better to see an application fast. Then it will be easy for us to see everything uh, very clearly. Okay, dear students, there is a question. You see, on behalf of the students of your class, write an application to your principal for providing multimedia facilities in the classroom. Though Russia College has started this long ago, some years ago, we have successfully launched this facility, this multimedia facility. Yet, I think there are certain colleges or schools where this facility is not yet available. So, this is quite a question, uh, an appropriate question for the students if it is said in the board. Actually, this has been taken from a board question, perhaps in Dhaka board. In 2019, it was said as a question, that is to provide multimedia facilities in the college, in the classes. However, I have written the answer. Dear students, see, 19 October 2020. So, firstly, we see a date. Thereafter, the principal, Rashid College, Rajshahi. See. Then, subject, an application for providing multimedia facilities in the classroom. I will show you certain things later. I will show you certain words, full stop, comma, etc., etc. Firstly, we have to see the subject matter, how I have brought before principal or problem. Sir, with due respect with the students of class 12 of our college, appeal to you in the fact that we badly need multimedia facilities in our classes. The use of multimedia can make a class more attractive and effective. Besides using multimedia, a teacher can give more information within a short time. So, we earnestly request you to provide multimedia facilities in our classroom. We hope your honor would consider our application and take necessary steps in this regard. Your most obediently, Muhammad Tawfiq Anam, on behalf of the students, class 12. So, this is an application to have multimedia facilities in the college campus. So, what things have we seen here? We see firstly a date 19 October 2020. Then we find to whom this application has been addressed. Uh, uh, the principal, Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. Thereafter, subject an application for providing multimedia facilities in the classroom. Then we have the address with honor, sir. Then there is body, and thereafter I have concluded the body. We hope your honor would consider our application and take necessary steps in this regard. Thereafter, there is a subscription, yours most obediently. Then my signature, Muhammad Tawfiq Anam. Then, on behalf of the students, class 12. However, there is no necessity of mentioning college here. The name of the college has been mentioned above, where we have started the application, the principal, Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. So, what are the parts? What are the parts we see here? Now, see parts of formal letter or application. Uh, okay, dear students. Firstly, we see date, uh, 19 October 2020. Then we see addressee, the addressee and the address. The principal, Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. Then we we have subject, then salutation, then the body or main content, then subscription, then signature. We have not this part here, PS, or that is optional, that is postscript. It is also named as enclosure or description. Attachment, description of attached papers. That is attachment or enclosure or postscript. It is necessary for job applications or application of different types. In schools and colleges, usually this is not necessary. However, now I say, dear students, we have to see everything very clearly, and now see the thing application again to notice certain things. Dear students, notice about using dates. You see two types of date, only in number and another with words and number. 19, that is 19 October 2020. I cannot write in this way as I have written in red. Understand? The proper way of writing a date is 19.7.2020. If I avoid any word or any spelling word, Okay. Then you cannot use this in this style in the short form Oct 19 2020. You have to write October 19 2020, or you can also write 19 October 2020. And nowadays it is also used without any comma, or without using any comma. You can write the date 19 October 2020 as is written in newspapers you see. So while writing dates, you should notice this. I think it is better 19 October, 2020 or 19 October 2020. Okay. Then uh, see addressee and address. Addressee means whom we are addressing. We are addressing Principal Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. So we can uh, write in this way, Principal Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. But usually we use the. This is formal. The principal, Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. We use the before any post. As principal is a post, we have to use the before principal. The principal, Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. If we avoid the, this is actually informal, and we should use the before principal. The principal, Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. But there are two styles of using this. One is Rajshahi College, Rajshahi, and Rajshahi is under Rajshahi College. That is two plus Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. They are not in a single line. That is why there is no use of comma. And you see there is no full stop here. We don't use comma after the principal, and we also haven't used any comma after Rajshahi College. But we will use this if we write in this way, the principal, Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. So if there are two places at the same time in a single line, we have to use a comma between the two places, Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. But we should not use any full stop when the address ends, because this is actually not any sentence. That is why we cannot put any comma here, although this is in vogue. This is the traditional way of writing in offices. You often see that after any address there is full stop, or in Bangla you find there is a dari after the address. But we should avoid this. This is not correct. Okay. Dear students, now after this, what comes next? Next, subject of an application. Subject, that is, we use the subject of that application. Uh, this subject is not a sentence. The line we are using in application is actually not any sentence. It is better to show you, if I can show you the application. Uh, this will be more appropriate. Yes, here you see subject. So what do you see? An application for providing multimedia facilities in the classroom. So this is not a sentence actually. You will not find any verb here. Okay, you will not find any finite verb, and I have not used any comma after this subject. After classroom, there is no full stop. And another thing, all the words are written with capital letters and a application A, but you see for with small letter uh, F and providing multimedia facilities or are with capital letter, then in the, that is in preposition, the article, and again classroom noun, it is capitalized with C. So in case of preposition and article, we should use a small letter, but if it is initiated with any preposition or article or anything else, we should use capital letter at the beginning. Okay, but this is not maintained usually in applications in guidebooks. I obviously find this weakness of our guidebooks. They write like a sentence. Suppose they have written this and they will write an application for providing multimedia facilities in the classroom, but they will use always small letters in all words. At the beginning of all words, they will use small letters. That is not proper. Okay, you should go this way. That is like a title actually. Not this is not a title, but the capitalization is like a title. Now, dear students, we see uh, subject. This is a phrase. Don't put a full stop after the subject of the application. I have already told you this. Write the subject maintaining the capitalization like a title. I have also said this, and there is an example. An application for a full free studentship. This is incorrect. An application for a full free studentship. This is grammatically correct, but here this is incorrect. An application for a full free studentship. This capitalization is correct. So, for the subject of an application, this is the proper way to write. Understand? Then, after subject, you will get a salutation. This is called salutation. In the application, I have mentioned the word sir and I have used a comma thereafter. Dear sir, this is informal. We can't say dear sir when we are addressing in a formal way. Or my dear sir, this is also informal. In informal letters, we can use this. My dear Moni, my dear Shabuj, or my dear teacher. Okay, in informal way, we can say this. But in formal letters, we can't say dear sir or my dear sir. Rather, we should only say sir. This is more formal. This is more dispassionate. Okay. Thereafter comes the body of the application. Uh, we have to see the body very well. Dear students, the most important part of the body is the introductory sentence or the beginning sentence. Uh, you see a sentence as an introductory sentence of the main body of the application. I beg most respectfully to state that I am a student of your college. Again, I repeat, I beg most respectfully to state that I am a student of your college. This is grammatically correct, but this is quite incorrect uh, if we think about the application. So, in the perspective of the application, this is incorrect. Why incorrect? I don't want to say that I am a student of your college. This is not the subject of my application. My subject is to uh, want multimedia facilities from you. I want multimedia facilities from you. This is my subject, and I want to say this actually. I am not writing you only to say that I am a student of your college. This is not my motto. This is not my objective. This is not my purpose. So, uh, in the perspective of the application or in the perspective of my purpose, this is quite incorrect sentence. Okay, so we should not go in this way. Rather, notice the next sentence. Most respectfully, we, the students of class 12, want to inform you that we badly need multimedia facilities in our classroom. This is correct. Again, most respectfully, we, the students of class 12, want to inform you that we badly need multimedia facilities in our classroom. You see the importance of an introductory sentence of the body. My purpose has been served. I have mentioned my purpose here at the very beginning of the sentence as I have taught you writing paragraphs. I told you that you should show your purpose or intention at the very beginning of your writing in the introductory sentence. Here I have done this, and at the same time I have also mentioned my identity. What is my identity or our identity? We, the students of class 12. So identity is also mentioned here, and at the same time my intention is to have multimedia facilities in our classroom. This is also mentioned. Or another thing, that is, if you want to move in a simple way, if you want to express yourself in a very simple way, having no complex sentence or having no uh, large sentence, you can express also your purpose. That is, you can mention simply in this way: I am a student of class 12 in your college. This is not the sentence I have expressed initially here, but this is also right. You can write in this way. You can give your identity at first. This is also important. There is no blame against this mentioning. Okay, you can write this way, and you can proceed. No problem. In applications, you can do this. This is not just paragraph. So you can also proceed in this way, and thereafter you are stating your condition, you are telling about your problems. My father has been dot dot dot, uh, perhaps transferred or something like that. You have told a story here, told something, not a story. Story needs a lot of words to finish. Here you are to use your words properly, and you are not permitted to write excessive things or extra things that is unnecessary. However, so I request you to grant me a full free studentship. This is the last line of my body, uh, first portion of the body. There are two portions in every application. In the first portion, we say, I want this, or we need this, or I request you to give this thing. In this way, we say, and in the second portion of the body, we say that we are hopeful, and you are kind enough, that is, the address is kind enough to permit us to have this, etc., etc. In this way, we show our confidence, we show our hope, and at the same time, we show our request in the second portion. However, uh, you can go in this style too, and I say this is the best way. Most respectfully, we, the students of class 12, want to inform you. This is the better one, I say. And even you can omit your identity here. Yeah, you can totally omit your identity here. You will mention your identity at the end of the application. You will put a signature and you will mention your name there, and thereafter you will show your identity. Your principal or your authority will see who you are. So it is not your identity that is a must. Understand? So the beginning is important, and you should not make this blunder that I beg most respectfully to state that I am a student of your college. My purpose is not to state that I am a student of your college. Okay, understand perhaps. Then we show our problems as I have shown through my application that I have stated about our necessity. That is, here you see the use of multimedia can make a class more attractive and effective. Besides using multimedia, a teacher can give more information within a short time. So we earnestly request you to provide multimedia facilities in our classroom. Notice, dear students, here I have mentioned only three sentences. I have written only three sentences to describe the problem, to describe the advantages of multimedia facilities. And at the same time, I have also requested my principal uh, as a student to provide this facility. So you have to write in this short form. You should not write so much. Your authority or your principal understands. He understands well what is the problem. You have to write, that is formality. And he is to take the application, that is also formality. So no problem in this regard. You have to write in the short form. Thereafter, when we come to finish this, we use a conclusive sentence. I therefore hope and fervently pray that your honor would be kind enough to grant me a full free studentship. Two must obsequious or survive. This is there. I therefore uh, uh, hope and fervently pray that uh, such and such. It will be better if I write in this way. I hope you would be kind enough to grant me a full free studentship. Or I hope your honor would take necessary steps in this regard. So these are the way, standard way. I hope you would be kind enough to grant me. But here I have mentioned so many things. I therefore hope and fervently pray that, etc., etc. So you should avoid this verbose description. Understand? Now come to the point of subscription. What is subscription? This is just the polite address or compliment of the applicant through which he wants to show his relationship with the person applied to. This subscription comes just before putting the applicant's signature. Examples: yours obediently, or your most obedient student, or I remain, sir, or sincerely yours, or yours sincerely, or yours faithfully, or faithfully yours, etc. We use these things as subscription or polite address. For the students, it is better to use yours obediently, or obediently yours, or yours most obediently, or your most obedient student, your most obedient student, or I remain, sir. You can go in this way. In that case, you are to use I remain, and thereafter in the next line you use sir. Then you mention your name, Muhammad Tawfiq Anam or something like that, your personal name. Another thing is your most obedient pupil. Nowadays, people is not used for students. Uh, Today we usually use the student. That is why obsolete words or semi-obsolete words should be avoided. Faithfully, sincerely are appropriate for other offices than educational institutions. Okay, in educational institutions, students usually word obedient or obediently, or obedient, not faithful or sincere. These words are usually used in other offices where personal relation is of different types. Okay, so this is subscription, and thereafter we find signature. Signature. What is signature in the application? In educational institutions, full name is used for signature. Students are to write their names in full. In other words, students' full name, students, uh, a student's full name is his signature. He or she does not need to repeat this. That is, if he writes his name, that is his signature. After signature, roll, class, session, etc. are mentionable. They should be mentioned, your roll number, your class session, etc. But you need not mention the name of your college again, as you have mentioned this when you have addressed your principal. In other offices, a signature is a must. In other offices, any office other than educational institutions, when any person writes an application, he uses his signature. Signature also may be his full name or short name or anything, any sign may be uh, a signature. A signature is neither Bangla nor English nor Hindi. Signature is signature. The picture of a bird may be the signature of a person. That is the personal entity of a man or woman. That is another thing, a very special thing of a person. So that is the signature. And after putting this signature, one is to write his full name uh, just down the signature or below the signature. And thereafter, he should also mention his address, that is where he lives. And if he mentions this anywhere, he should not, or he should not write this address at the end of his name. But if he does not mention his address anywhere, he should mention this after his full name. So, dear students, we are to see other things, and here through the signature, actually, we have uh, uh, finished the formal letter writing parts, and after that there is another thing, PS, that is actually optional in this sense that this is not necessary everywhere. When we write in any office for a job, we need our photos, we are to attach our certificates and other things. That time we need PS and attachments. That is why this is quite optional. And you may not mention this, although you have attached your necessary papers with your application, but it is better to use. Okay, The full meaning of PS is postscript. In a job application, a candidate has to attach a CV or biodata. His photos and other necessary papers are enclosed or attached with his application. As a result, it is safe for the candidate to mention about this attachment. Understand? And this is called postscript or attachment or enclosure. PS comes when the signature is done. So you use this or you should use this after your signature or mentioning your full name. So it comes below the signature and at the left side of the paper, especially near the below margin. That is, it comes at the end of an application page. It is just the most below line, uh, totally below line of an application page. How we use this PS? For example, NB, nota bene, this meaning is nota bene, Latin word. In Bangla, you use বিশেষ দ্রষ্টব্য, that is nota bene. My photos and necessary certificates are attached here. This is clear, very short, brief, and I have mentioned everything. My photos and necessary certificates are attached here. This is the mentioning of my attachment. It may also begin with attachments or enclosures instead of NB. Okay, that is, you may not use NB. Here you may use attachments and you use this sentence, my photos and necessary certificates are attached herewith, or you may use here enclosures. Then you mention this sentence, my photos and necessary certificates are attached herewith. Understand? So these are the parts of a formal application, dear students. Now we should see some other applications to see uh, uh, or to notice these parts in different ways. Okay, here is a question for you. See the question. As you are a student, you attend classes regularly, but your classrooms are overcrowded. Now write an application to the principal of your college to provide sound system in large classrooms. This is not totally for multimedia facilities. It is a part, that is sound system. So notice the application, 19 October 2020. The principal, Rajshahi College, Rajshahi. Subject, an application for providing sound system in the classroom. So the other things are the same. We are to write only the main thing, the gist in the proper place. The format is the same. You see, this is the benefit of a formal writing. Sir, with due respect, we, the students of class 12 of your college, appeal to you in the fact that we badly need sound system facility. Here, you see the new thing, the sound system facility in our classes. Our classes are very large and overcrowded. As a result, we cannot hear the speeches of our teachers. We often miss what the teachers want to communicate with us. In this state, we request you to provide sound system to make the classes fruitful. So there are not so many sentences you see, only through few sentences the problem has been expressed, and through these sentences the principal has been requested to provide sound system to make the classes fruitful. And after that, we hope Your Honor would consider our application and take necessary steps in this regard. Or you could say, we hope your honor would be kind enough to consider our application and provide us sound system. Okay, you can proceed in any way or you can finish in any way you like. Obediently yours, Muhammad Tawfiq Anam, on behalf of the students, class 12. Okay, if you write the same sentence, you could write with off on behalf of the students of class 12. As you have broken the line, you can go in this way too on behalf of the students class 12. So you can use any style you like. Thereafter, another sentence. Uh, an application for setting up of English debating club. You say, what was the question? The question, the question was: suppose you are Abid and studying at ABC College in Feni. Now, on behalf of your college, write an application to the principal of your college debating club. Principal Sheikh College Feni, instead of using this, uh, you had to write Feni College. Feni, perhaps government Feni College or Feni College. Feni College. And the district is Feni. Feni. Okay, the principal Feni College, Feni. Thereafter, you use the subject an application for setting up an English debating class. Sir, with due respect, we the students of class 12 of your college appeal to you in the fact that we badly need an English debating club. Now we should write more about this club, and it has been written here. Undoubtedly, English is very important for us, not only for passing examination, but also for its use in modern world. We do not have proper environment of practicing English through communication and otherwise. An English debating club can create this opportunity. For this reason, we earnestly request you to set up an English debating club. So, the first part is over. Now, we hope your honor would consider our application and take necessary steps in this regard. Okay, yours obediently, Abid Hassan, on behalf of the students, class 12. In this way, uh, the application has been completed, and you see the different parts of your application, and you see how to write formal writings. You should notice the lecture again. I say you should repeat this in your internet or in your Facebook. You should uh, notice the things again. Understand? And there is one thing uh, which I should mention, that is how to write a good application. These points are worth mentioning, and you should remember this. Be formal without being obsequious or servile in tone. You should not be servile, or you should not write in a way that you want to show that you are a servant to whom you are writing. No, this is not proper. This is disgraceful. You should not write in this way. Don't include unnecessary words. So unnecessary words are always avoidable. Thereafter, use current and standard English. This is desirable that you always use current English, standard English. You should avoid obsolete words, obsolete English. Be straightforward in your speech, avoid ambiguity. You should avoid any word that may create ambiguity, and you should write straightforward way. In a straightforward way, you should show your appeal. You should show what you want to say. Keep your sentences and your words short. Your sentences should not be too long. It should be easy for your addressing. Get your spelling and grammar right. Okay, you should be careful of your spelling, and you should also be careful of your grammar. Write to the point. This is also necessary. You should always write to the point. Always unnecessary things or things which are not relevant should not be used here. So, my dear students, in this way, you should follow and you should write more and more. And this is also creative, although formal. Writing anything is creative. You may write paragraph, you may write so many applications in your own way, but you want to maintain a format. This format is important for formal writing, and at the same time, this is also creative. You have to use your own words in the body, and there is competence of a student that how he is showing his problem or how he is expressing his demand. So this is important. Here lies the talent of a student. In the corona pandemic, take care and keep safe. Uh, I hope we will see again in our next class. Thank you very much.